Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network. On YouTube.com, we have Lady Raider Volleyball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. Tonight's ball game featuring two heavyweight volleyball programs here with the 10-0 Yorktown Lady Tigers and your 6-0 Wapahani Lady Raiders. Glad to have all of you with us here this evening, folks, as we get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame edition presented by the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association. As I just mentioned, they're Wapahani 6-0 on the season. They got some good victories on Saturday. They held their annual Wapahani Invitational on the Saturday morning, in which Wapahani beat Adams Central in straight sets, then also defeated Anderson in straight sets, and then took the Wapahani Invitational Championship game in straight sets as well over Homestead. So a perfect day on Saturday, and so far a very good start to the season here, but this is really going to be a huge test here for the Raiders. Yorktown, you come in here at 10-0. They're number 1 in Class 4A. They're also ranked number 1 overall in the state of Indiana in volleyball. So they're having another typical Yorktown kind of season with the level of talent and everything that's been coming their way for years upon years. But Wapahani's been right there with them and has had the same amount of success here. So this should be a pretty good heavyweight matchup. Like I said, I'm sure probably a lot of people would imagine us being the underdog here in this game, which I'm sure we probably are to a certain extent, I guess. But we're in our own place. You got to defend your home court. You got to defend your home court and come out here from the get-go and be excited. Be excited about this game. And obviously we have a very large crowd here this evening, which is great. They're going to have some other festivities go on as the evening goes along here as well. We're going to be recognizing Estella Davis. She collected her 1,000th career kill over the weekend against Homestead in that championship game. So they'll be recognizing her here in just a little bit during the second and third set. But like I said, this is going to be our first, real test of the season. This is a very well disciplined and very athletic Yorktown team. And we have a lot of athletic ability as well. We are young and to a certain extent inexperienced. But I think, with that athleticism that we do have, hopefully then that will kind of outshine some of the, maybe unexperienced instances that we've had, and hopefully come out here and put a great game together and get a victory on what should be hopefully a very big night for Indiana volleyball around here, especially in the Delaware County area. But it should be a great ball game. Hope all of you stay tuned in for that as the night goes along here. Do like to give you some stats here to look forward to. Wapahani comes into this game with 12.8 kills per set. Yorktown with 13.9 kills per set. Hitting percentage, the Tigers edge out the Raiders with a 348 hitting percentage over Wapahani's 315. Total blocks here, the Tigers overtake the Raiders 39 total blocks to 29 total blocks for Wapahani. Also, serving aces. The Lady Raiders edge out the Tigers in that one, 56 serving aces compared to the Tigers' 48. And also digs per set, Wapahani with 21, Yorktown with 17.8. Really some key players to take a look at here, obviously, on both sides. Got to take a look, obviously, at Kenzie Knuckles here for Yorktown, Estella Davis here for Wapahani, the two biggest heavy hitters. And also Mallory Summers here as well for Wapahani. She's really had a great start to her sophomore year, 55 kills, which is a 49.5 kill percentage, 48 digs, 97 assists, also 10 aces and 13 total blocks. Really second on the team in kills for Yorktown is Courtney Watkins, 89 kills, 52.4 kill percentage and 6 total blocks. But Yorktown has some really big-time offensive pieces with Knuckles. Obviously, she has 93 kills on the year. Like I mentioned, Watkins with 89. Sayring with 67 kills. Ellie Miller also adds in 44. Wapahani got Stella Davis with 63 kills, Summers with 55, Sarah Orm with 44. So it's going to be really a battle on the front as far as with blocking, and then hopefully the back row can do their job there with Haven Gates leading the way in digs with 112. So should be a great game here tonight, folks. Like I said, we hope you stay tuned in for it. But we'll go ahead and step aside here for a break. We got the national anthem coming up, and then tonight's rosters. We'll be back with more right here on the WHS Network. welcome back here, folks. Brandon Wapahani alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. We got tonight's rosters for both teams. First, we'll start off with the Yorktown Lady Tigers. Begin here with number 1, Kenzie Knuckles. Number 2, Curly Matthews. Number 3, Courtney Watkins. Number 4, Ellie Stinson. Number 6, Jenny Moore. Number 7, Kate Benson. Number 8, Brittany Bays. Number 9, Kylie Murr. Number 10, Tegan Sayring. Number 11, Hannah Avila. Number 13, Ellie Miller. Number 14, Maddie Besser. Number 16, Jalen Dunsmore. Lady Tigers are coached by Stephanie Bloom. Now we'll take a look here at the roster for your home Wapahani Lady Raiders. Number 4, Haven Gates. Number 5, Emily Stewart. Number 6, Estella Davis. Number 7, Sarah Orm. Number 8, Allison Stewart. Number 9, Mallory Summers. Number 11, Emma Shuck. Number 12, Cameron Curry. Number 13, Maddie Webb. Number 15, Layla Lee. Number 16, Olivia Smith. And number 17, Cadence Brewer. Again, your Lady Raiders coached by Jared Richardson, assisted by Jenna Easton and Katina Nichols. So again, that's tonight's rosters for both teams. Davis on the attack, and with the kill. 1-0 Raiders. Dug out there, set up by Vincent, and put down by Ellie Miller for a kill. As this game is now tied up at 1. So we'll see Miller back to serve. A senior here for the Lady Tigers. 44 kills on the year, which is good for 4th on the team. Davis hits the antenna, and that will be a point for the Tigers, 2-1 lead. Great atmosphere here tonight. You know, kind of that state tournament kind of atmosphere early in the season. That's good for both teams. A lot of looks like we had a brief pause in the action. I guess they're going to have to change out the line judge stick. That's a first. Alrighty, so back to volleyball. There's Gates with a dig. Summers sets it. Davis puts it across. Dug out by Stinson. Knuckles on the attack. There's Gates. Back to Davis once again, bringing the hammer. As she nails that baby home, tied at 2. In comes the libero, Kylie Murr. Murr so far 153 digs on the year for the Lady Tigers. Emma Shuck back there to serve for Wapahani. Set to Knuckles. Barely gets a handle on it and is just enough to sneak it over the net to retake the lead here 3-2. In comes number 10, Tegan Sayring. And back to serve number 7, Kate Vincent for the Tigers. Smith with a dig. Summers sets it. And, oh, wow. I thought that could have potentially been in the net on Yorktown. Either that or over the net. One of the two, but they called it on Wapahani as a lift. So a 4-2 Yorktown lead. Gates with a dig. Summers again sets it up to Davis. Nice dig by Murr. Now to Olivia Smith. Put down by number 16, Dunsmore. So a quick 5-2 Yorktown lead in set number 1 of the evening. Great student section here tonight as well for Wapahani. Great to see them come out and show some school spirit and root on their classmates. And they're saying that the ball hit the antenna. And And so now we're going to have a little meeting between the up and down referee, which, speaking of which, your officials for tonight's bowl game are line judges Jared Lanich and Mary Goth. The down referee is Enda Carey, and the up referee is Vivian Malone. Gates with a dig. Summers with a setup. Davis will touch across the net there. And Orm digs it out, but unfortunately shanks that one off to the left side. And it's already a quick 7-2 lead for the Tigers. Got to stop the run here that the Tigers have been on. 5 consecutive put together, and that's exactly what Estella Davis does right there to make it a 7-3 ball game. Back to serve now for the Raiders will be number 16, Olivia Smith. Dug out, Benson with a setup, and Knuckles slams that one home. In comes Courtney Watkins for the Tigers. Knuckles back to serve. It's a 5-point lead here for Yorktown in set number 1. Orm with a dig. And now she will get it across. Knuckles digs it. Benson sets it up to Sayring. And inbounds along the sidelines, able to sneak that one in. So right now, it has been all Yorktown, but we're hoping that will change rather quickly here. Orm with the dig. Summers sets it. And so a miscommunication there. A timeout will be called by the Raiders, and we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. This will be our B. Joseph Davis attorney game break. Again, not a very good start here for Wapahani, obviously. Some little minor issues here, but unfortunately those minor issues are giving away some points. So hopefully we can kind of clean things up here a little bit, get back into the rhythm of things, and hopefully make this not only a close ball game, but hopefully we'll still be able to take this first set as we're down here by 7. I'd like to thank B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, located at 400 East Jackson Street in Muncie, Indiana, at the law offices of B. Joseph Davis, which is a highly recommended and respected professional corporation. They strive to aggressively represent all of their clients' interests in all phases of any legal matter. Their team has extensive experience in personal injury, criminal defense, which also includes drunk driving, and criminal records, as well as bankruptcy, expungements, and hardship licenses. For more information, visit his website at www.bjosephdavis.com. And so another timeout after the ace. So again, we will stick right here with you during the timeout, as head coach Jared Richardson not too happy here with his team. You know, you call a timeout, you expect to get their attention here a little bit more and get, allow them to hopefully be a little bit more upbeat, build some confidence in them, and then you go out of the huddle right there and let an ace drop right in. That's just lack of focus. So. I'm sure that he's definitely unhappy for a very specific reason, and that's that right there. So, nevertheless, back out of the timeout here, we have Kinsey Knuckles back to serve for the Tigers. Smith will dig it out. Summers with a setup to Davis. Gates with the dig. Now to Orm, and that's going to be blocked out of bounds. A point there for the Raiders. And in comes Allison Stewart for the first time tonight. She'll come in for Estella Davis, and she'll be back to serve. So this right here is where you got to start picking up pace here a little bit. You want to start getting some points back. And a nice block A good old-fashioned stuffing. I think that was Sarah Orm with the block. Nicely done. And a serving error. Tad momentum killer. So back at it here, we have number 9, Kylie Murr. Back to serve. We'll see Ellie Miller back in also here for Yorktown. Set to Summers. Knuckles with a dig. Set now to Watkins. Nice hands there by Allison Stewart. Way to keep things alive, but tipped over the net by Sayring. So right now, we're just a little off balance. You can see that defensively. We're not real ready to go, and Yorktown's just kind of throwing some different things at us, and we're really not reacting to it very well. So hopefully we start picking up on that, and things will get a little bit better here for us. Let's hammer this baby home right here. Orm on the attack, but hits it right into the net. (14-5) in tonight's opening set, dug out by Gates, and Stewart was able to keep it alive, and another miss hit. Set to Curry. Kept alive by Miller. Murr sets it to Watkins, but blocked right back down by Mallory Summers. Summers coming into tonight's game with 13 total blocks, which leads the team. So now, able to get us 1 point closer here. Hopefully we can start generating some offense. And that one's out of bounds by Watkins. You got to chip away. You hear it all the time. You can't get it all back one time. You found yourself down by 10 points. You're not going to get the 10 points all back at once. Chip away at it. You got to start playing some better volleyball here. So out of bounds there by the Raiders. Back in comes number 2, Carly Matthews. She'll be back to serve. Gates will dig it. Stewart with a setup to Shuck. And down in play. That was off the hand of Miller. So a kill for Emma Shuck. As the Raiders now down by 8. Sarah Orm now back to serve. And there's some very big points out there waiting for us to have them, as that was hit out of bounds. Another point here for Wapahani. Just got to keep it going. Number 4, Ellie Stinson to serve. Summers with a dig, set up to Shuck. Benson now to Miller, and Stewart will get there, and in the net, called on the Raiders. Orm will dig it out. Stewart sets it up, and the Raiders won't even get it across. (20 to 19), or pardon me, 20 to 9. I wish that was 20 to 19. 20 to 9, Yorktown leads. Some of the errors starting to really mount here for Wapahani. Errors that, we've seen them from time to time, but very much so here in this first set. You take away those errors, this could be a whole different ball game. Set to Summers. And another one hit out of bounds. So Ellie Stinson remaining back there to serve. Nice hustle there by Murr, but more importantly, if Stinson wouldn't have touched that, that would have more than likely been well out of bounds. So thank you to Stinson right there to allow us to have a point. So Stella Davis back into the Raider lineup. Summers back to serve. Set to Miller. Summers with the dig. Orm showing some hustle. Davis will get it back across. Now Knuckles. Man. Putting everything behind that one. Not really a whole lot you're going to do about that. And Dunsmore will collect another kill. 23-10, Tigers lead. We'll see number 17. Cadence Brewer now in here for Wapahani, seeing her first action of the evening. So set point here for the Tigers. Miller back to serve. And that's going to head out of bounds for a serving error to make it 24-11. Back in comes Cameron Curry. And Brewer back to serve. So that will be the end of the first set here. 25-11. Tigers take set number one of the evening. We'll step aside here for a break, and we will be back here with set number two live on the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, folks. Brandon Morvillius again alongside with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, here with the B. Joseph Davis Attorney game break. Again, Yorktown takes the first set 25-11. And, well, not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, to be quite frank with you, it just an ugly set for us. But, hey, it's only one. Get back after it here in set number 2 and set the tone here early. You got to be able to get out to a good start, because I'm telling you what, right now, definitely things aren't looking very good for us. So, if you can find your way out of that and get momentum going on your side, and hopefully that will build up your confidence here a little bit, and then we'll see what happens from there. But we just got to get back to playing volleyball again. That first set right there was not exactly quite sure what happened to us. It was just a variety of things, hitting errors, serving errors, miscommunications, just a little bit of everything, a little bit of this and that. So just got to, get away from that, get back to playing the game the right way, and talking to one another. So much of the game is just simply talking. Communicate, where's everybody at on the floor at all times, and so on and so forth, and hopefully you can build each other up. So Knuckles will hammer one home for the first point of the second set. So back to serve here will be number 4, Ellie Stinson. Gates with a dig. Stewart sets it up to Summers. And a kill right there makes it a 1-1 ball game. Mallory Summers back to serve. Murr digs it, set up there to Miller. Stewart lays out for it, but nobody able to get to that one afterwards. In comes Jenny Morey. Gates with a dig. Set up here to Davis. And a beautiful shot right there. Found a wide open middle part of the floor to tie it at 2. So, already we're doing things a lot better than what we were in the first set. Now, yes, we've only played 4 points total so far. But any kind of, little positivity you can find, you got to use it to your advantage. Because you sure as heck can't play with negativity. That ain't going to get you anywhere. What a nice shot right there from Estella Davis, but great hustle by the Tigers. Kept alive, and Gates will get it over. This time, Smith lays out for it. Now Dunsmore. Yes! Now see, that right there could be a big point. A long rally point, both teams going back and forth. You had really some great defense on both sides as it went along, and Wapahani won that battle. So now you move on to the next, so on and so forth. And that's going to be hit out of bounds. So as I said, use this. You got to use it. Build your confidence here a little bit more, and hopefully establish a lead and keep it going from there. Now a rotation violation called on the Tigers. Well, that's the easiest point you'll get all night. Knuckles with a dig, set up. Knuckles tips it across, and nobody there. In comes Tegan Sayring. And now serving be number 7, Kate Vinson. So now we got to get back after it right here. Got to get this point here from Yorktown. Orm with the dig. Summers will set it up. Orm will get it blocked by Sayring. And, in that instance right there, you could kind of tell where the buildup was, what was going to happen. Maybe just change it up completely and just tip it over their hands. Don't do the same thing. That was a nice job right there by Davis. Change it up. Don't do the same things. That'll keep the defense honest and off balance. So now tied at 5. The floater serve, Stewart to Summers. Now Davis. And it's going to be out of bounds. I'll tell you what, that was a near missile launch right there from Estella Davis. Unfortunately, the missile was not on target. That one was. As the Tigers will keep it going here. Summers sets it to Davis. Nicely done by Wapahani, keeping it going. Blocked, but out of bounds. That was still a solid job, though. You did your job. Unfortunately, it just didn't stay in bounds. That's what happens when you get a hard hit ball off of another hand. Nice job there by Smith. Tipped across by Stewart. Now set up to Sayring. Summers won't get there in time. And so now the Tigers are on a little bit of a run of their own here. 6 consecutive put together, just like it was there in the first set. You got to, more or less, you got to have this come to a halt right here. Can't allow them to establish a nice big lead and then run away with it. Knuckles back on the attack, and nobody again will get there. Got to be on your toes at all times here, ladies. So a kill there by Davis, exactly what the Raiders ordered right there. Now a 9-6 ball game. Davis back to serve. Chuck also in here for Wapahani. And in the net, called on the Raiders. See, little things like that are big time points given away for us. Especially. When you have a close ball game like this and you're needing to really nearly get every single point to go your way, little things like that is huge in giving it to Yorktown. That will be blocked by Sayring. So that will make it 11-6. But Sayring coming in here has 6 total blocks. She's already had 2 so far in this game. The leader in total blocks on the year is Ellie Miller, which I think she has already had 1 here so far. Set to Watkins. Gates with the dig. Oh, wow. Knuckles lays out for it, but hits it out of bounds. So back come the Raiders here, now down by 4. Need to put a nice stretch run together here with Allison Stewart back to serve. So Miller back to serve.
That landing cleared the freaking black on the floor of Wapahani. You almost have to run perfect.
Gates with a dig. Stewart sets it to Summers. Dug out by Murr, and Miller will not be able to handle that one there for Yorktown. 12-8 ball game. Sarah Orm back to serve. kept alive by Shuck, and another in the net call on Wapahani. So there's 2 points given away right there. You have a couple serving errors, 4 points. You're looking at the difference in the ball game right there, just in little mistakes. You got to be able to fix it. Much, much better than that. And now 2 hits called. Stewart with a setup to Summers, dug out by Merv Benson. So number 8, Bay's back there to serve. Smith with a dig. Set to Shuck. Miller on the attack, and another one knocked home. And now a timeout taken by the Raiders. We'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. Again, this will be our B. Joseph Davis Attorney game break. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investment properties. We get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Also to Tom Cherry Mufflers, located at 321 West 8th Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Cherry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brakes, shocks, struts, and mufflers. So if you want the underneath of your car to be looked at, you can call Tom Cherry Mufflers at 765-289-4116. But there's no appointment needed. They'll hear you coming. So back out of the timeout. Again, Yorktown starting to run away with this second set after it was a close one there, but again, little mental mistakes by Wapahani is proving very costly for him. Set up to Summers. She pushes it across with the old left hand. Tipped by Benson, but out of bounds. This is definitely a big-time part of the match here. You're down by 7. Yorktown already staring at 16 points. You've got to start picking up some ground here. Stewart with the dig. Gates will set it up to Orm. That was a real nice shot there by Orm. That was just a nice dig by Knuckles. And out of bounds. So the Raiders will take another one away, now down by 6. Fine serve from Gates. Watkins on the attack and in there for another kill for Courtney Watkins. We'll see number 4, Ellie Stinson, back in for the Tiger lineup. Up 17-10 here in set number 2. Again, they took set number 1, 25-11. So we'll see if the Raiders can march their way back on into this one. Stinson with the dig, set up to Knuckles as she unleashes an absolute bomb on that one. Set up to Summers. And no tip called. off the block, so another point there for Yorktown. Tipped over by Miller. And in the net, called on Yorktown. So that's a good point to have. Now let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Down by 9. Here's Knuckles. Now Summers with a dig. Gates to Orm. And hit another one out of bounds. So here's number 6, Jenny Morey back to serve. Summers with a setup to Davis. And so that will land in. Nice job right there overall by Wapahani. Pass, set, kill. Only if it worked that beautifully all the time. Very deep serve by Olivia Smith. Summers with a setup to Davis. Again with a dig is number 8, Bays. Set now to Orm. Dunsmore on the attack. Gates won't get there in time. And back in comes Sayring for the Tigers. Benson back to serve. 3 points away from taking set number 2. Davis on the prowl. Dug out. And really not a whole lot you could do there by Dunsmore. Really put her in a awkward position. It was either go into the net and try to hit the ball or have it skim off your hand and hope for the best. 22-13, tipped over, and Davis laying out for that one to keep the point alive for Wapahani. Orm back on the attack and in there for the kill. (22-14). Estella Davis back to serve. Knuckles with a dig, set back to her. Dug out by Summers. Stewart will tip it, and I would say it's a point here for Wapahani. Okay, so now they just changed the point. So good idea there by Allison Stewart. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out the way we was hoping for. Smith with a dig, set up by Stewart to Shuck. So here we are, set point. 24-14, Tigers lead it. Dug out, set here to Orm. Murr keeps it alive, set to Watkins. Orm just a little soft touch over the net. Watkins on the attack, and it's going to be in. Nobody motioned, and finally did. 25-14. Tigers take set number 2 of the evening. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with more Lady Raider volleyball right after this on the WHS Network. Welcome back here, folks, on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, Brandon Morvillius right here with you. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We just had a little congratulatory presentation just a few moments ago there, as I mentioned earlier. Stella Davis collected career kill number 1,000 this past weekend against Homestead. That was in the Invitational Championship game. So head coach Jared Richardson presented Estella with a plaque on such a accomplishment, such as 1,000 kills. So I know on behalf of myself and Redbeard, we'd like to congratulate Estella on such a prestigious accomplishment. You know, you really think about that, 1,000 kills. That is a boatload of kills, and that is a lot of teams not knowing what in the world to do and how to handle you when you come out there and be in attack mode. So Estella Davis again with career kill number 1,000 over the weekend against Homestead. As we take a look here again, as you see there on the scoreboard, folks, not been too good here for your Wapahani Lady Raiders this evening. Dropping the first two sets here tonight, which these are the first sets of the year that Wapahani has dropped. Every single game so far, so all 6 games they have played in, they have won every set, which the same goes for Yorktown. Coming into tonight, Yorktown has not dropped a set all year, and that has still stood true to this point. So hopefully Wapahani still has a little bit more fight in them and will come out guns a-blazing here in set number 3, because, I mean, what you got to lose, right? I mean, you're already down 2-0. You put it to them. You know, you chip away here at things, get some momentum going on your side, and just play the game. Play the game the right way, and hopefully things will start falling in for you. But some of these little mistakes is really what's cost us, you know, and we really haven't had a whole lot of serving errors, but it's been times throughout the game where we've had the serving errors. It's not that we've had a lot, it's just the timing of everything. And then, you know, in the net calls or, you know, just miscommunications, whatever it is, which it's going to happen. But you got to minimize that as much as possible, especially in a game like this. You need every point possible, and if you're just giving away points, it's going to be tough to win no matter who you play. And, you know, and especially in games like this, it's going to be hard-pressed to win a game with some of the miscues that we've had. But now you go into this third set here. Let's see if we can wreak some havoc and take this third set potentially. So a soft touch over the net there by Ellie Miller to get things started. 1-0 lead here for the Tigers. We'll see number 6, Jenny Moore, reinstalled into the Tigers lineup. Just got to keep playing hard. see what we can do here. Set up to Dunsmore. Here we go now to Summers. Dug out by Stinson. Knuckles on the attack, and that will be blocked to tie this game at 1. And, again, it's not necessarily that we've got off to a horrible start either in the first 2 sets. We've been right there with them, but then it's like, Yorktown goes on a run. We don't know how to handle it, and just one thing leads to another, and we are in all kinds of trouble. Rather quickly there, but that's just the first 2 sets. It's a whole new set, so things can change. Just got to make it happen. So Cadence Brewer back in here. Estella Davis with a block. So back-to-back blocks right here.
Back in black.
Set up there to Knuckles, and just a bit outside right there. Now a 3-1 Raiders lead. And, you look at the second set, we was out to a 5-2 lead. And then things went south from there. So you got to keep up this pace. I'm not so sure that she got into the net right there. Looked like she hit the ball. The ball hit off of the net. I didn't think that she went into the net, but they said that she did. So a ace for the Tigers. To tie it at 3. Benson back there to serve. Orm digs at Summers to Davis. And that will be in. So Davis collects another kill, 4-3 lead. Olivia Smith back in, and she'll be back to serve. Benson with a setup to Dunsmore. Man, you want to talk about a pass, quick set to kill. Boy. Smith digs at Summers with a setup to Davis. And Benson can't get there in time. Keep the points a-coming in this direction. Emma Schuck back in. Good serve there from Davis. Stewart with the dig. A near miscommunication there, and that's going to be blocked out of bounds off the Tigers. So nicely done there by Allison Stewart. And that will be an ace. So now a 7-4 lead here for the Raiders. Timeout taken by the Tigers, and we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership owned by Randy Stoops, located at 4055 West Clare Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, would like to know more information about one, you can contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. So special thanks again to Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. Also to the Barn Lot, located at 2410 East County Road 300 South, just off of State Road 67 in Muncie, Indiana. Scott Quirk is the man to supply all of your outside needs. Barns, sheds, garages, carports, gazebos, play sets for the kids, and more. For more information, call Scott Quirk at 765-744-7396 and visit his online website at www.thebarnlotsheds.com. So out of the timeout here, Wapahani with a 7-4 lead. So they said that was out of bounds. We'll take it. We've had a couple of instances where things haven't quite went our way, so it all evens out, hopefully, in the end. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was just a passing error there by Davis. She knows what she did, is what it is at that point. So 8-5 now with Kylie Murr back to serve. Smith digs it and set up to Orm. Way to lay out for it, ladies. Nicely done. Tipped over by Orm. Nice block. Get there. Not enough room. Tell you what, Orm took an absolute beating on that shot. Ricocheted off of her left arm pretty good. Smith digs it. There's Shuck. Oh, wow. Nicely done there by Gates. Keeps it alive by Mallory Summers. So now we're tied at 8. I think we had an 8-4 lead, so this is the kind of runs that I was talking about you can't allow Yorktown to have. Plain and simple as that now. Yes, are they a good team? Will they probably do stuff like this to just about everybody? Yes, but that still doesn't mean you want to allow it to happen. But the fact of the matter is, it's kind of the same point in the game every single time. You get close to that midway point of the set, we just start faltering left and right. Gates will dig it out. Summers will set it up to Orm. And blocked, and again, nobody can get there. So we had an 8-4 lead. 7 points in a row now for Yorktown. So a timeout taken here by Wapahani. Again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you. During the timeout, I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, looking to solve your unrecognized dental needs with a valuable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and at cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana, and their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So a special thanks there to University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Also, a special thanks to Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, you can contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So back out of timeout here, Wapahani down 12-8. Make that 13-8. 4 hits called on Wapahani. And the Tigers have went on a 9-0 run. That's a big-time letdown. But you're still within striking distance here, so that doesn't mean, hey, let's start to just completely let it unravel. I mean, sure, things haven't went our way, but that doesn't mean you can't get the train back on the track here. Nice hit there from Stewart, tipped over by Miller. Summers with a setup. Orn will put it down, but dug out by Murr. Watkins back on the attack, blocked out of bounds. And the roll continues for the Tigers. Summers will set it up here to Orm, and that will be off the hand of Miller, but down in play there for a point for Wapahani. I have no idea. 15-9 is your score. Brewer back in for Wapahani, and sailing on the attack. Back in comes Olivia Smith. Tipped over by Gates, set up, Miller off the hand of Gates, and a point for the Tigers as they continue to extend this lead, now 17-9. Watkins putting an absolute spanking on that one. Blocked there by Miller. Orm will get it over. Knuckles lays out for it. Tipped over the net by Vinson. Orm back on the attack, and it's going to be in there along the sideline. Sarah Orm sneaks that one in for point number 10 of this third set. Just to think, we was up 8-4 in this game. It went on a 15-2 run. That is unfortunate. Watkins blocked by Summers. Tipped over by Allison Stewart. Back on attack is Ellie Miller. And back in comes Ellie Stenson for Yorktown, up by 10. Again, the Raiders will be back at it on Thursday night as they will be traveling to Jay County. Take on the Lady Patriots. Should be a good ball game going out there and make about a 40-minute drive or so to Jay County High School to support your Lady Raiders. So 21-11 after the call there on Wapahani, a lift call. Set there to Davis. Now Knuckles back on the attack and off the hand of Brewer. Gates now to Stewart, to Summers, off the hands of Dunsmore and Knuckles. Kill there for Mallory, 22-12. Here's Summers back to serve. Stewart with a dig there, and Summers will hit that one out of bounds. Couldn't get there enough time to get a handle on that one. So here we are, game point. Back to serve is number 7, Kate Benson for Yorktown. Orm with the dig, Summers with a setup to Davis. And Dunsmore hammers it home. And that's going to be the old ball game here, folks. Final score here this evening is that the Yorktown Lady Tigers defeat your Wapahani Lady Raiders 25-11, 25-14, 25-12. Yorktown improves to 11-0 on the year. Wapahani falls to 6-1. We'll step aside here for a break. We'll be back here with more on our post-game report right after this. Alrighty, welcome back here, folks. Again, Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network. Again, Raiders Live post-game edition. Wapahani just couldn't get it really going for ourselves throughout the ball game here. Very frustrating, I'm sure, for these ladies, and to be able to come out here on your home floor, obviously a big game like this, it's definitely tough. There's no question about it. So, you use this as a learning experience. Continue to get after it here, and like I said, it is what it is at this point. You got beat, plain and simple as that. We didn't play good enough to win the ball game here tonight, and that's how it's going to be sometimes, unfortunately. But you still have to find ways around it, and hope for the best next time around. But we still, you look at this game and you think, well, gosh, maybe we're not very good after all. We have a good team here. There's no question about that. It's just all about going out there and continuing to get better. And like I said, a lot of these girls are still inexperienced. That doesn't mean that they're bad players. They're just inexperienced at the varsity level. So you just continue to get better as the season as the season goes along here, and a talented group of girls here, but you learn each day, you continue to get better, and then hopefully by the end of the year, you don't have games like this. So, you're still 6-1 on the year. It's nothing to get overly panicked about, but you do have some things to work on. That's the good thing about games like this, and for that matter, every game. It shows you what you're able to do good and what you still need to put in a lot of work on. There's still a lot of work to be done, but that's how it is with every team. You're always, there's always things you can do better, always things to fix, whatever or however the team is. Yorktown, there's things that, that they will have to clean up as well. But like I said, you learn from games like this, especially about, some of the little things you got to do differently. We had a lot of just mental errors, I think at times, mental lapses. And I think that definitely hurt us. Now, granted, Yorktown, they're a solid team. And they've been around the block a few times here. They're a very veteran leadership, latent kind of group. Not a whole lot of young players on this team. And it shows. That's for sure. And a lot of these girls have been playing at this level, at the varsity level, for quite a while now. Where our girls, we're just starting to get some of their feet wet, mixing and matching, where are these girls best placed to be successful, not only for themselves, but for the team. And as the season goes along, that's what I'm saying. They'll get a better handle on that. But at the end of the day, it's still, little mental lapses that I think really, had a little bit of a dictation of how this game went. But you got to give a lot of credit there to Yorktown. They played very well. They're very well coached as well. We have a great group over here, though. So really looking forward to seeing what we can do the rest of the year. Obviously, the coaching staff will continue to get after it here, get back to the drawing board here, and making sure that they're continuing to set these girls up to be successful individually and, most importantly, as a team. And it all starts again tomorrow. They'll got to get back after it in practice tomorrow to get ready for Thursday's game at Jay County. Make sure, if you can, take the trip on up there. It's about a 40-minute drive, 45-minute drive, about northeast of here. To Jay County High School. So, like I said, if you're not doing anything, make a trip on up there Thursday night and root on your Wapahani Lady Raiders. Again, Wapahani now 6-1 on the year, 2-0 still in the MEC Conference. Things are still looking on the up and up. Just got to continue to get back to work, and things will be okay. I'm sure of that with the level of talent that we have here. Just got to get better each day. We would like to thank all of our sponsors here this evening: Jones Auto Body, as well as Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, as well as Tom Cherry Mufflers, The Barn Lot, and the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. And also another huge thanks to our good friends at Harris Chapel Church. Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie there for being one of our sponsors this year. Make sure to stop on in every week for a beautiful Sunday morning service at 10:15 there at Harris Chapel Church. Greatly appreciate those fine people there. And we appreciate all of you again for watching us here, folks. Again, unfortunately, the Raiders not on the smiling side of the scoreboard here tonight, but you get back after it. You use this as a learning tool, and get back after it again on Thursday night and keep progressing from here. So we're definitely positive. There's no reason why you and the players and the coaches shouldn't be either. So looking forward to things here, folks. Thanks again for watching us. Brandon Warvilius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you next time right here on the WHS Network. Have a great night, folks.